Fake your death and don't wake daddy because we have episode 5 of Nightflyers, and this one promises to be a smashing good time. A young Cynthia heiress hides from her father in what appears to be a flashback from when she was a child. You can see the stained glass windows here are the same ones found in Cynthia's cabin. We catch a quick glimpse of Cynthia's father, whose eyes and mouth have been scratched away. Carl and Rowan continue to catalog chunks of organic material from the probe, chunks that belong to Carl and even contain his teeth. The team decide they need to do something once and for all about Cynthia. Lamy says she can try to get into the system to contain her, but if she fails, it could mean she's lost in there forever. Lamy hops in the memory sphere to share one of her most tragic memories. This man here, who we saw in previous episodes as the tied-up man, and who we'll know a little bit more later on, was teaching Lamy how to cultivate her technological skills. But unfortunately, they're caught and she's forced to break his hands with a hammer.
Stop! Have a time!
And whoa, Lamy's installed 2 neural ports, saying she needs the extra bandwidth if she's gonna find Cynthia. And here's Mel acting all concerned, even though last episode she was getting freaky with Eris. Thale stages a mock medical emergency, likely him acting out after last episode's weird hallucination with Agatha. The team leaves him alone when out of the blue comes none other than Murphy. He recounts his story of how his family died to an L1, that no one should have such powers if they can't control it. Hopefully this will put Thale on the right track to take his power seriously, which he'll need to do if he's going to talk to the Vulcan. Agatha suggests to Carl that Thale can be used to help Lamy in case she gets into trouble. And we saw the writers hint at this last episode when Thale could feel what Lamy was going through when she connected herself to the probe. This would also help Thale feel like he's part of the team. He's brought into Cynthia's cabin and asks everyone but Lamy and Eris to leave while Eris connects her to the system. Rowan invites Tessia for a sexy date to see his space blood because she might be able to explain why the probe cells simply won't die. Lamy arrives at Greywing, the mansion Eris's grandfather built. This dude. The mansion has essentially become a manifestation of the ship, with firewalls acting as doors. Lamy ventures further in and uncovers the same portrait of Cynthia found in Eris's cabin on the Nightflyer. Young Cynthia appears, who wants her doll back and warns her of the man upstairs, but it seems the only person she should be afraid of is older Cynthia, who attempts to cut her head off, missing and breaking the fabric of the program. Lamy is able to escape and ventures into the basement. Always a great choice, but is essentially sent on a wild goose chase since it seems Cynthia can control every aspect of this world. Cornered by Cynthia, Lamy asks who the man upstairs is, but is subsequently choked, and Thale can feel it too. Agatha asks Carl about Joy's therapy, and it's a little bit awkward. Lamy awakens after being unconscious for 2 full days. Thale managed to pull her out of the program, but things are never what they appear in Nightflyers, and this is all a dream within a dream. Some real Inception shit. It was all a ruse to buy Cynthia enough time to break through Roy's firewall and trap Lamy instead. With Cynthia now on the loose, she begins to take her revenge and depletes the oxygen in Carl's room. Augie runs to the rescue, but even weirder is how Agatha somehow knew he was in trouble, almost like an L1 could. Carl and Agatha check up on Lamy, who Thale says is now trapped, and Agatha convinces him to go back inside and try to get her back. Meanwhile, Lamy ventures upstairs, about to unleash Grandpa Eris before she's stopped by Cynthia, who explains he used to beat her. We also learn that the man Lamy smashed with a hammer in her memory was her father. Ouch. Lamy opens the door, trapping Cynthia in the room with her abusive father, while she manages to put a firewall over the door. Thale brings her out, and she's reunited with the team. Eris asks if her mother was sent somewhere peaceful. Oh, Eris. Carl caves and sends the message of him ending things with Joy. He just can't be around a woman who refuses to remember their daughter. Back in the medbay, Murphy gets his tan on while Thale digs into Murphy's memory, feeling the pain of his dead family. We can see bloody hands covering his face and skin ripped off his chest. Lamy gives Mel the cold shoulder, pissed off that she knew about Captain Eris perving them while they had sexy time. And it looks like Carl's wasted no time in getting over his wife as he visits Agatha for a late-night makeout sesh. But what I find interesting is how he said she was in his mind. It was her voice that brought him back. There has to be a connection with this, and how Agatha somehow knew about him losing oxygen in his room. Rowan and Tessia go over the blood samples, and Rowan theorizes about the ability to send messages across galaxies. In particular, how the probe was sent back not to communicate, but to listen. It's revealed that Augie and Cynthia had a romantic past. He calls her beautiful, and she says she will always love him. this likely sowing the seeds for Augie eventually releasing Cynthia so she can once more terrorize the ship. Not to mention how the episode ends with Cynthia banging on the door of her prison in Greywing. How long it'll hold, we can only guess. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you liked the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. For the next 5 episodes, I'll be doing one big ending explain, so make sure you're subscribed with the bell on to know exactly when it comes out. And until next time, remember, Daddy loves you very much.